Hello, my name is Eric Jones. Along with my wife, Margaret, we are the trustees of the Legacy Forest Trust, the website that you are now looking at. And I've made this presentation to show you a few things about climate change and forests, and to ask you to help me and my wife to turn things around. Scientists estimate that forests of all ages, but especially mature forests, can capture or sequester about 30% of all the CO2 that we send into the atmosphere. This CO2 sent above by burning fossil fuel and biomass, combined with methane from livestock, traps heat below it, causing global warming and the consequent climate change. Climate change has and will disrupt and reduce Earth's ability to support life. That's you and me, your dog, wild animals, fish, the whole shooting match. Our window of time to restore the delicate balance between oxygen and CO2 is now less than 10 years. Think of it. This is 2021 and we're already in March. Forests must be preserved and expanded to meet our 30% goal. Of all the proposed solutions to this emergency, forests constitute the fastest and cheapest solution or option. What do we have to do? We have to drastically reduce logging. We must ban the use of biomass to create electricity. Biomass is the wood products from logging that aren't in what we call dimension lumber, or that which you make a house from. The treetops, the limbs, etc., chipped up and burned to make electricity. We must develop other materials for building houses. What about the other 70% reduction in CO2 needed to balance the oxygen-CO2 equation? Well, we've got solar, wind, electric vehicles, no more coal. We've got nuclear, we've got geothermal, maybe CO2 deep well injection. Try this one on for size. Birth rate reduction. We consume oxygen, and guess what? We give off CO2. We need more recycling, so we don't have to create new materials. In the creation, CO2 is emitted. We must think about housing in clusters. I know we all want our own big piece of land, me included, but if we live near each other, We then cut down on transportation needs. We cut down on the reduction of forest cover. And one of the big things, we must stop clear cutting the rainforests in the Amazon, in Indonesia, all over in Africa. These are being cut down for agriculture, to feed us, primarily for cattle, to give us meat. Maybe we want to start reducing the amount of meat we eat. At any rate, I'm asking you, my wife and I are asking you, if you might plant a tree. Now, in 20 years, we've planted 2,000 trees from seedlings, 100 trees a year. It's really not that hard. It's not that expensive. We buy them at the state nursery. Some of them are about 25 or 30 feet tall now. We've preserved 1,500 acres that'll never be logged again. What we're asking you to do is in your yard or in your neighborhood or by contributing to plant trees. It's not that hard, but if a million people planted one tree, you now have 1 million more trees. Now think about it. 1 million trees. On this particular video that you're looking at, you see a picture of old growth. That is capturing as much CO2 as a forest can. You also see a clear cut. Why a clear cut? Well, because there's no machinery that requires, it's very expensive machinery, so it requires that you cut everything instead of selectively cutting, which they did for years and years. So now they cut everything, and look, that's a clear cut, and look what's left on the ground. They're not even used. They only wanted certain things, but they cut everything. We've got to stop that. Now, this doesn't really have to do with forests, but we've got to keep oil in the ground. And its companion, let's keep trees in the forest. Thank you very much for your time. Have a good day.